This is WBRZ News 2 Louisiana.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Sarah Rosario.
Can you tell me at least why you resigned?
There's tons of excitement out here at the Cajun Stadium. This stadium is jam-packed. The video it captured shows the movement of at least one person here in the back before the fire started. Now to developing news out of Baton Rouge. Police now have a second arrest in connection to the shooting at the Mall of Louisiana that happened Saturday. Not only are they accepting donations of baby wipes and formula, but they're also providing services for those calling here for help. They want the crime in the city to stop. 2 people died in a helicopter crash after the Federal Aviation Administration says it caught fire. Along with the roof being taken off of its blocks, this beam... Thank you for that April Fool's joke. I was actually genuinely concerned about you. I was getting ready to call 911. Pat Shingleton needs help.
Quite the most delicate of ways to do it.
You told me there's a way to wear it. Like this. Coming up with creative ways to sell Louisiana seafood may be the only way to keep customers happy. Here with the one and only Chef Katie. What are we cooking today?
Well, we got
Wow, you know everything about me, don't you?
Vanna White tells all.
Watch us throughout the month for more opportunities to win. You can get all these goodies. They were charged, arrested, and booked for second-degree battery. Our very own Michael Shingleton joins us with more on today's arrest.
all of your weather around the bend right now. Back to Sarah.
And we have a traffic alert for drivers in Baton Rouge. A school bus lost control on the Louise Street on-ramp headed onto I-10 East and is still blocking traffic. Here's a picture of the scene. No injuries were reported, but 2 children were taken to the hospital as a precaution. We're told the bus may have a broken wheel. We'll have much more on this story as it develops. We're also following breaking news from New Orleans, where an Alabama fan is set to talk with cops about a nasty gesture that's gone viral. A Bama fan is seen in a video sexually assaulting an LSU fan after the BCS championship game. Police sent out an alert asking for information about the person in this frame of video. Apparently, he's been identified. We'll have more tonight on News 2 at 5 and 6, and of course on WBRZ.com. Happening now, the trial continues for accused killer Trucko Stampley, but this morning kicked off with fireworks. Stampley was thrown out of the courtroom and 2 jurors were excused from the case. Stampley was removed after an argument during a testimony from a former girlfriend. Melissa Rear was answering questions about a conversation Stampley had, which she overheard. And listening to that testimony, Stampley gets mad and stands up and throws a notepad at her. As he's being taken away, he proceeds to yell at her in the middle of the courtroom about her performing oral sex on him. The 2 jurors were excused because one of their brothers turned out to be a witness, and the other juror is the daughter of a Terrebonne Parish investigator involved in the case. Opening statements start today in the federal corruption trial of former St. Gabriel Mayor George Grace. Grace faces racketeering charges resulting from a federal sting known as Operation Blighted Officials. 5 other former officials who were convicted in the sting are expected to testify against Grace. News 2's Stephanie Ryan will have the very latest from the trial tonight at 5 and at 6. Charges against a teacher in Ascension Parish accused of molesting a juvenile have been dropped. We caught up with him today.
They turned my life upside down. The last 2 years, I was unable to work. I was unable to take care of my kids. I had to live with relatives.
A jury cleared 31-year-old Willie Deprin, a former teacher at Ascension Catholic High, last week. Deprin was accused of inappropriate behavior with 3 girls. Now that he's cleared, he says this nightmare is behind him and he's ready to move on with his life. Find out what he has to say to his accusers on News 2 at 5. 2 teens are dead after a shooting overnight. 18-year-old Carlton Smith and 19-year-old Iris Blakes were shot to death in their neighborhood. It happened in the 5,000 block of East Fairlane Court in Baton Rouge. Families of the teens tell News 2 investigators say the shooting stems from an argument over a cell phone. A shot spotter picked up the sound of bullets ringing out, but no one called police and no one was in the area when deputies got on scene. No arrests have been made. The 3rd suspect accused of killing a 43-year-old man last July has been arrested after she was tracked down from Houston to Baton Rouge. Baker police arrested 17-year-old Caitlin Brandon in connection with the shooting death of Abelardo Pompo. Pompo's body was found in a Little League baseball park on North Magnolia Drive. DeMarcus York and Terry Jones were arrested for the shooting last week. Police say the trio knew Pompo and planned to rob him. All 3 are charged with first-degree murder, armed robbery, and illegal use of a weapon. The polls are open in Florida for a primary that Mitt Romney hopes will give him a stronger hand in the race for the Republican presidential nomination. Florida lawmakers say the winner of the primary will more than likely be the party nominee. Gingrich calls Romney a liberal Republican and says he'll fight to the end to make sure he's not the party pick. The History Channel is launching the 3rd season of Swamp People by bringing a little bit of Louisiana to NYC. Lieutenant Governor Jay Darden joined us on Tune In this morning to talk about the initiative. Take a listen.
It's going to really be a great opportunity for us to get into a market that we usually can't afford.
Darden says this is all in an effort to promote adventure travel in Louisiana.
Sarah Rosario shows you the money.
It's Reginald Wickham's lucky day. News 2 showed him the money.
It's unbelievable. I need crutches.
And News 2 also showed Blaze Gomez the money.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much. This is a great day.
And where is the money? The state has it. Millions of dollars waiting for you to claim if it's yours. So that's when we decided to help. I went knocking on doors, ringing doorbells, and even regular bells, with no luck. But on our last stop of the day, we finally found Blaze Gomez in Plaquemine.
Do you have any idea that there's an amount of money out there with your name on it?
$10,614 in court settlement proceeds, to be exact. It's news that brought him to his knees. After going inside, getting on the computer, and calling the state treasurer's office, hearing someone else saying it over the phone brings on the same feeling. So back to Reginald Wickham. It all started when we paid him a visit and then a phone call.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Reginald Wickham. I'm calling about unclaimed property.
$32,701.
That's the best phone call I ever made in my life. That's incredible.
And just that quick, his mind races with plans.
Probably invest it. I might, well, Valentine's Day is coming up. So maybe we could have a nice dinner and then probably invest the rest.
A computer, a phone call, and
show me the money.
Show it to me now.
A life-changing moment, just a click and a call away. Tears from the people who saw a tragic accident on their street. 39-year-old Corrine Dennis run over and killed by the recycling truck he worked on. Sirens replaced the sound of a morning curbside pickup.
When we saw the sheet over the body down there, we were really horrified.
Rosemont Drive is on the truck's weekly schedule, picking up newspapers, cardboard, plastics, and much more. Because it's a dead end, large trucks can't turn around.
They picked up the recycle in front of our house and the house across the street and went on backing down the street.
2 workers are on each truck. One gives instruction while the other drives. Communication went terribly wrong Tuesday, and no one knew what happened until they heard a scream.
I heard the lady screaming, come out. I thought she'd dropped trash out the truck or something. I'd go out there and help pick it up.
And that guy was laying in the road there, and she was trying to get him up, so we thought he was hurt. And then we went out there, and it wasn't no way that boy was just hurt.
Recycling Foundation of Baton Rouge wouldn't comment on camera, only releasing this statement, saying, "We're all grieving and shocked. We ask for community support and prayers as employees deal with the loss." The company wouldn't say how long Dennis and the driver seen here with police have been employed. Witnesses sympathize for a complete stranger, now dead.
Nobody should be killed like that. I mean, I hate to see the young man taken away from us.
The owner of the company visibly upset on scene 2. Sarah Rosario, WBRZ, Balance News.